The Whitehouse Wildcats Girls Soccer Show is brought to you by the Lone Star Podcast Network. You can find the show on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, on any place podcasts are found. But if you want to hear more high school sports-related shows, head over to LoneStarPodcast.com. And if you would love to get a show for your high school sports team, when you're on LoneStarPodcast.com, look for the link that says Coach's Show. All right, everybody join me in welcoming Coach Aaron Hale from the Whitehouse Girls Soccer. How are you doing, Coach?
We are hopefully ready to play.
I love it. I love it. Well, before we talk about this game, and it's a big one, let's talk about the two games you had since we last spoke. A 3-0 win over Mount Pleasant, 7-0 over Marshall.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that Mount Pleasant game.
Well, we're notorious to be terrible travelers, and we turned that around this season. We drove the hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours on a bus to Mount Pleasant. We got off, and it was 1-0 at halftime, us, and we took care of business and ended up 3-0 against a strong Mount Pleasant team. They're fighters. They're out one of their key players right now, but they fought the whole time. I was pleased with how the offense for the Lady Cats stepped up and answered some calls that we needed to answer.
Nice. And did they get a lot of shots on goal? Because, this is pretty crazy. Over the last 6 games, you've only given up 1 goal.
No, I don't think that they really got a whole lot of shots on goal. Maybe one opportunity that stands out in my mind, unless we count corner kicks. But pretty much it was our keeper was on our end for a while alone. They like to play through balls, try to play through the gaps, but we have some speed back there to kind of even things out. They got through us once or twice, so our keeper, I can only think of maybe I don't even think it was a handful of shots.
Nice. Call out some names of some people who did good, because that 3-0, there was some good happening.
Yes, sir. We had Ella Fishback, who has almost scored in every single game or assisted in every single game. Shaylee Morales came up big for us. Camden Spearman has come off of a knee injury and is really locking in and providing some great offense. We had I talk about our defense pretty regularly. They really are just led by Audrey Hall, who locks it down back there. Ava Wise, who is our other center back. Mia Boyce, who is our left outside back, and Riley Hill, who's our right outside back. And they provide both offense and defense because they make runs out of the back.
Nice. Well, let's jump to that Marshall game. 7-0 there. It didn't look like a contest.
No, sir. We played Marshall initially on the coldest day of the year. It was just freezing. I believe it was a Monday. We were out of school, and it was in the low 30s. And we only put 4 away on them. I do not like scores like 7-0, 8-0. I don't like those games. I don't like to embarrass other teams. It was actually that 7-0 score was with stipulations. We had our keeper playing forward, and all of our seniors were on the field for the last 30 minutes of the second half. Our offense is clicking, and they were putting away some things that they had created that were you don't stop them mid-play, obviously. We had Riley Jackson score 3, and that was unintentional because she was just a sophomore. We were trying to get our seniors some playing time and some to be on the board. It was a crazy game, really, because we played in a pavilion, and we've never played here before. I had a bad feeling going in. There's barely any room on the sideline. There's barely any room to take corner kicks. The lighting, it's like it's almost like a den that wasn't finished. So an indoor facility that has no walls, and you're caged in. There's a cage around it where spectators sit on the outside of the cage and they can see through. It was a really, really weird situation, and that was due to just weather and construction. So I had a bad feeling going in. We came out probably within the first 15 minutes. We put one away, then we put another one away. Riley Jackson scored. Riley Hell scored. Ella Fishback scored. Camden Spearman scored a beautiful goal. Shaylee Morales scored. They were just clicking. At halftime, we have a mercy rule in our district minutes. So if you're up by 8, if you're up 8-0 or by 8 goals with the last 20 minutes, they end the game. We did not meet that. We switched up. All the seniors were on the field. We were trying to get people goals.
Sure.
So they came out. The best part about it was just the girls cheering for those girls who don't normally maybe get a lot of minutes or get a lot of minutes in those places, such as our keeper playing up top as a forward. They got really excited about that, and we're cheering each other on, and it was just a fun thing to see.
Nice. Well, after that, a great road stint there, you do get to come home, and it's tonight. It's not tomorrow night. Talk about why that happened with Jacksonville.
We are faced with a dilemma. We could take the chance and play tomorrow night and risk from about 4 to 8 p.m. is the only time during the day that has thunderstorms. And we could take the risk of waiting and seeing how we play. I know my girls will show up and play strong and grit it out in that favorable weather. Yeah. However, in fact, that was my plan going in, was to kind of have the upper hand because my girls have grit and they will overcome adverse conditions. However, looking at it, it could put us in a potentially dangerous situation because freezing temperatures are also coming our way. So if it freezes overnight tomorrow night and we don't get the game in, then we probably couldn't play on Wednesday. If we couldn't play on Wednesday, that puts us playing on Thursday. That puts us playing back-to-back, and it's going to be a battle against Jacksonville. They're the number 1 team in the district. We are sitting number 2 at this point. It's going to be an all-out battle. If I have to play Thursday night and then go to Lufkin and play Friday on their grass field, which is an advantage for them and a disadvantage for us because we're used to turf, it was just a risk that I was unwilling to take. So we're playing tonight to beat the weather, and we've set ourselves up for it's going to be a battle. We're missing Izzy Benson, who has come off of a ACL tear last year and has a concussion right now. Unfortunately, she's going to get released to play tomorrow, but not today. So that's unfortunate for us, but we're gonna give it all we've got tonight. We've game planned, we've prepared, we've watched film. We came in early today to do a walkthrough and watch some film and study what we need to do better this game. They beat us 1-0 last matchup at the Tomato Bowl. Tonight it's at our house. It's a pretty even matchup. I think we've got a good chance of pulling this out if we show up and do what we need to do.
If you could, just give me the keys here. The keys for you and the keys for what you have to stop from Jacksonville.
So the keys for us tonight are getting Micah Lindsay, Ella Fishback, Shaylee Morales, and Camden Spearman really involved in the offense. Also, our runs out of the back, Riley Hale and Mia Boyce, Natalie Espinoza will also be key for us, maybe getting Audrey Hall out of the center back and making a run up. The key for us is also going to be hopefully taking some long shots and getting their keeper back on her line and getting their back line to back up a little bit and give us a little bit of room to possess and play. Key players for them, they have Jackie, who she can turn and not even have her hips facing the goal, and she can put it away. She's got a really strong leg on her, and she puts a lot of things away that you wouldn't think there was no way that's going in, but she can put it in. She also feeds a lot of good balls through runs for Lauren Wade, who is looking to play then at the next level. She works super hard. We lost her once, and she made us pay for it last game when we played against her, so we're going to try to shut her down tonight. They also have added a new weapon who's coming back from some shin splint injuries, Jewel, on the left side. So we're hoping to shut her down as well. So if we can do our jobs and shut them down early, I believe that it will look like a completely different game.
I love it. And finally, talk about the Lufkin game. You talked about that being a different surface, but they're not as highly ranked a team. So you tell me, what do you expect there?
They are not, but watching film on them today, they are sneaky and strong in areas that maybe we didn't catch last time. It gives them an advantage playing on grass because they are used to playing on grass, and no one in this district is used to playing on grass. We all play on turf. We all train on turf. So we've gotten a lot of weather around here recently. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. If it doesn't dry out by Friday, you're looking at thick, heavy surface. Running through that just makes your cleat sticks. It makes the ball slow down. And their field is extremely wide, so it feels like you're like in a Tough Mudder run, just tramping through some mud and thick grass where normally there's little to no resistance because you're playing on turf and you're used to the ball movement and the speed of the ball and, not slipping and sliding everywhere in the mud, not having mud on your cleats, carrying around with you for 80 minutes. And it's one of those games that if you don't win, you should have won. So it puts you behind in points. And depending on what happens tonight, we need to pick up all the points that we can get because when we face Hallsville again, that's going to determine placement. And that's going to determine who we're going to see in the playoffs.
Love it. Well, once again, congratulations so far. You're doing really good this season, and best of luck on these upcoming 2 games. Hopefully, we're talking about 2 wins next week.
I hope so. I'll be excited to let you know. If we have 2 wins, I'll be super excited about this phone call.
Hey, I want to thank you for listening to the Whitehouse Wildcats Girls Soccer Show. Please go out and support these girls, support this program, share this show, and tell the world about Whitehouse Wildcats Soccer. Hey coaches, did you know we're now offering shows for all sports? That's right, whether it's basketball, volleyball, softball, baseball, football, soccer, you name it, we've got you covered. If you're looking for a way to showcase your program, promote your players, and highlight the amazing things happening with your team, our coaches' shows are the perfect solution. Plus, our business model lets you or your booster club raise money while building excitement and support for your program. Don't miss the opportunity to take your team's story to the next level. Find out how you can get your very own coaches' show. Reach out to Chris at 713-269-4620 today. That's 713-269-4620 because every team deserves the spotlight.